Now, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Professor Emeritus Elikia M'bokolo is in the spotlight, if not the hot seat. On the 14th of July, the highly acclaimed intellectual and historian of African affairs seemed to have announced his foray into politics. He signed to join the Constitutive Charter of the Common Front for the Congo, known as the FCC. Many in Congo who would rather want him to stay outside of politics have been expressing their disappointment with the move.
And Elikia
M'bokolo is on the phone to explain more. Hello, Mr. M'bokolo. In recent days, you have been the subject of much criticism after you joined the FCC. Why did you decide to join this platform, and were you surprised by the outrage?
Et surtout, est-ce que vous avez été surpris par cette levée de bouclier?
I was surprised by the outrage you mentioned because I wasn't expecting so many shields to rise. I recognize that those who have raised this outcry have the right to ask questions. But at the same time, there's a kind of ambiguity and perhaps a will to coerce. The ambiguity is that you think an intellectual is supposed to think in a certain way. This issue is, as they say, and this is what I have perceived, that all intellectuals, or an overwhelming majority of them, think and must think the same thing. I don't believe in that at all. I believe in an individual freedom, especially for intellectuals. I believe in freedom of thought, and I also believe in freedom of action. So this is the reason why I was informed of the Common Front project. I agreed to go to the founding meeting, and what I heard and what I read about this project made me agree to vote for it.
A
few days ago, Joseph Kabila gave a speech. He talked about his record while many Congolese were waiting for him to say a word about his political future. You see, there is a cause for concern, the fact that he's dragging his feet, staring at everyone famous for his third candidacy. On the contrary, I think people need to understand what words mean and what usage is. In the customs of the great states that we know, the speech to the nation is a speech from the head of state to the nation, and this speech explains the state of the nation. So it's not about the president's projects, it's about the state of the nation. The most common use of this speech is in the nations in the United States, in the European countries. This is not widespread use. Look at European states, the head of states there, the prime ministers. It's often the head of states that make a speech about the state of the nation. They make a speech about their policies and about their future. In Kabila's case, I found that he talked about the state of the nation, that is, what is going on and what is not going on, what he has to do and what remains to be done. He did not talk about the election. The people of the Common Front agree on one point on what Kabila said, that elections will be held according to the Constitution. So let us take him on his word. The Constitution says that no head of state may hold more than 2 terms. That's my position. If things change, everyone will take sides. You can't go fishing in a river where there are no fish. Last question, Professor. What will be the key for the DRC if we have to turn the page on Kabila, a joint candidature of the opposition, as Mr. Bemba also said 2 days ago?
No,
I think President Kabila will respect the Constitution. In which case, CTF members will discuss amongst themselves and agree on a single CTF application. This is our small point of difference, which could be a major point with what we see in front of us, where, for the moment, there's no certainty on the candidates.
où, pour le moment, il n'y a pas de précision sur les candidatures. Mais je ne leur jette pas la pierre parce que nous sommes...
I'm not throwing stones at them because we are several months away from the presidential election. We need the usual arbitrations, polls perhaps, to see amongst the leaders what the opposition's choice will be. This choice is their business. The choice of the FCC will be a candidate who corresponds to the vision or philosophy of the FCC and who agrees to conform during his tenure to the objectives that the FCC will have set in an open discussion.
Aux objectifs que le FCC aura fixés dans une discussion très ouverte.